All right, moving on. Number 3, Michigan at 10, Penn State. Michigan's a 4.5-point favorite, meaning they would be a 7.5-point favorite on a neutral field, according to Vegas, which I don't necessarily disagree with. Again, I have Michigan at I had Michigan at 3. No, I had Michigan at 2, and I had Penn State at 5. So I think I'm going to take Michigan to win this one, but I don't think it's far off, and I would probably have Michigan a 1.5-point favorite. Vegas has them 4.5. What do you think?
I'm Penn State plus 4.5. I think Michigan wins by a field goal. They're at Penn State. That place gets rocking. I don't think they're bad. I know their loss to Ohio State. This is Michigan's first test. 112 strength of schedule team, which is ridiculous. But I think Penn State, this is their Super Bowl. They're probably going to white out, and it's going to be a sick atmosphere, which they'll feed off of. And I think I want them to win so bad.
Penn State?
But I think Michigan wins by a field goal.
Okay.
I think they're going to cover, though. I do think they're going to cover, but Michigan wins by less than 3 or less.
It being at Penn State, I think, makes a big difference. Because look, like I said, I have Michigan at 2. I have Penn State at 5. We're talking about fractions of point differential per spot. Meaning, in theory, I probably should favor Penn State, being that they're at home, giving them the 3 points for being at home. In theory, given where I have them power rated, I probably should favor Penn State. But my problem with that is, even go back to the Ohio State game, right? They're down 1 possession. It's 4th and 4 from their own 43. They elect to go for it as opposed to kicking it and putting a top 3 defense in the country back on the field and asking them to get one more stop. Now, of course, they don't get the 4th there, and they give up a turnover, or they give up a touchdown. Now you're down 2 possessions, and you put your offense back on the field, and they go score. So, one coaching decision right there is the difference in the game. And it very well could have gone the other way, or at least gone to overtime. It didn't, and we'll never know what would have happened had they just punted. But I think if it comes down to a late game like that, where a critical coaching decision matters, it's going to be hard for me to take Penn State, given the nature of what they've already shown me. That being said, I don't want to be the guy to say Franklin, is overrated or anything like that. I think that's a ridiculous argument. You could point to his record against top 10 teams. Well, he plays 2 every year, and they're in his conference, and he's never favored to win in those games. So literally, Vegas is rating him lower than the other coaches. So how are we talking about he's overrated? He's not favored to win those games. I'm not going to be the guy to say that. What?
We got someone in the chat, and they said Michigan has not won a game without Connor Stallions on the sideline this year.
That's a great point.
Will Michigan be able to win without stealing signs? I don't know. The chat's talking.
That's a great point.
Oh, my God.
Well, the good thing for Michigan is that Connor Stallions has been in stadiums all year. So they've got the signs already.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
He already went to Penn State versus whoever there. Sisters of the Poor.
Who was it last week? Was it Central Michigan who put the sign up? It said "Welcome Connor Stallions." Probably. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, so Michigan at Penn State. Michigan's a 4.5-point favorite. You're taking Penn State plus 4.5. This one's a toss-up to me. I could see it going either way, but if I had to lay my money somewhere, I'd agree with you. Michigan money line, Penn State plus 4.5.